to first see what an enterprise needs, let's say over a 5 years time frame, then sort of define a solution for that, and then automate the whole system. I have 4 different case studies, all in different sectors, and just to show that if you were in that segment, then you need to do this much at least in order for the value to be visible, both for the company as well as for the customers or the stakeholders, basically for all of them. Okay, so now the business paradigm is changing basically. So if you were to look at the old brick and mortar kind of systems, so it is easier to find out what exactly needs to be done because it has been running for a long time. Now, if you were to look at the new systems, information itself is business. The business originates from a different value system. So for example, some of these things, they created a business. The business didn't exist before. So in that scenario, IT is actually at the heart of this whole thing. You're actually selling the IT itself, or in such a situation, the product which is being sold is so, it's evolving over a period of time. If you look at Google, for example, it actually is creating newer and newer products based on what is saleable or what the customer wants, and we'll see a little bit later. Now, other kind of things are there. TCS has been also a part of it, are delivering services to a very, very wide segment of the population. Over there, you have all sorts of challenges, like for example, AP Online, MP Online, and Maharashtra Online. These are the 3 major projects that TCS has been actually working on. But essentially, the objective is to deliver services to the remotest part of these states, to people who have no understanding or no background in computers, in an area where power is a problem, communication systems is a problem, and almost everything is a problem, and the cost of transaction itself is very low. So somebody, if you are from a banking background or you tend to be a banking background, financial inclusion is turning out to be a new challenge, taking banking to the innermost segments where 100 rupee or 200 rupee is the per transaction, debit and credit. So over there, what will happen is that you have to somehow see if the business model becomes viable. Therefore, more and more services have to be delivered. For example, in this AP Online, government could not deliver sufficient transactions, so we went to the private companies like ICICI Lombard. They actually withdrew their people and then they were selling insurance policies to this system. Or it could be, for example, mobile recharging and many more such things. So design more and more services so that these systems become viable. Okay, so these are the service transactions, very low cost, and it has to be just sent far and wide. Other part of it is some of these things are, for example, Ministry of Company Affairs that we just discussed. Now, Ministry of Company Affairs will have the most reliable data about the corporate sector. About every domain, you will have the most authentic data which has a legal base to it. If you want to know, let's say, about the steel industry, for example, you will know exactly what is happening in the steel industry. Or if you were to look at one company, what is its financial base, for example, whether what is that debt ratio currently, or its financial position is good or not good. So that is where you have a very authentic piece of data. And nowadays companies, and in fact the government, is actually trying to monetize the data that they have. So besides these service delivery to the customers, they are basically trying to see if they can get some value out of the data that they have. So newer and newer business area. We are talking about global customers. for example, in Ministry of Company Affairs, you can open up a company sitting anywhere in the world 24/7. Okay? You can get data about these anywhere in the world. Global customers, large number of transactions, and many times the value per transaction is small. Therefore, you have to find a way to make this whole thing viable. Okay? And the other thing is that you take a business unit part of this, some part. For example, in passport, for example, passport is a function of Ministry of External Affairs. So it is the whole part has to be automated in order for you to do something. You cannot say that just automate this part of it, let's see what happens. Take for example, in the railways, if you have to get some value out of freight automation, like we have been talking to the railways, unfortunately could not convince them that the whole section from Delhi to Calcutta, the whole freight has to be automated in order for you to realize whether there is some value in it or not. So end-to-end automation is what we are talking about. From management point of view, let me say is that starting point is what is the business process that you need to automate? What is the re-engineered, optimized business process that you need to automate so that there is an overall efficiency in the organization. So, technology, management, business processes, etc. Find your role in it. When you join a company somewhere, you will say, okay, in this business sector, my role is the business process side of it. Okay? And I will try to ensure that this is the most automated business process with minimum human intervention. Like, I mean, that is my goal whenever I work on any architecture. So, for example, Airport Authority of India Limited, almost every stakeholder, whether it's internal or external, they have to be integrated and the process is automated so that the overall value can be achieved. So, the objective will be to see what is your role in this whole business model. Okay, to that. So, partnership approach, crux of the successful implementation of large projects. I actually am talking more from the government point of view where the partnership is there. If many of you will actually be joining the private corporate sector, you have to see how that partnership can be evolved. Nowadays, a lot of companies have outsourced everything. For example, almost all of GE's General Electric is actually automated, for example. So in such an environment, the partnership is whatever, in whatever form shape, that is a requirement more so in the government sector where still, in India at least, it is still maturing, so to speak. Okay? Prior to TCS, I was working abroad in Asian countries, and over there they will have a 5-year time frame. So let's say in the project that I worked on in '94, they knew that in 10 years time frame they will change it. So even before the first one has actually been put in place, by '96 onward they had started the planning for 2004. Okay, so from a management point of view, you need to have a strategic vision for 5 years. Let me give you an example. In Hong Kong, for example, they said that I want my immigration clearance in 15 seconds. Why? Because you see, there's just so many people on Chinese New Year, they cross from Hong Kong to China. I mean, the whole control point is just short. So they say in 15 seconds. Where they got the number 15 seconds, I don't know, but they said that I want this. From there onward, the rest of the strategic projects then came out. I should have the electronic ID card. I should have the fingerprints, biometrics, face matching, and this and that, and the rest of these things come up. And that is what will then give you a long-term 5-year set of projects. And based on their dependency. You will say that year 1 will have these many projects, year 2 will have these many projects, year 3 will have these many projects. So they will then prioritize these projects and define the dependency on each other, and then say, okay, these are the 10 or 15 projects I need to do in order for me to meet my business vision. Strategy that I have for this project, I can meet only if I have these. For example, in this case that I'm talking to you about, they said I have to change the whole data communication network throughout. I have to change from a card-based ID card to an electronic card. It should have the biometrics. And in fact, they also have a automated passenger gate. I mean, I just put my card in, I have to put my fingerprint on it. If they match car, gate opens and you just go. Okay, so this is a part of the management decision to say that this is my vision, this is what I need to do. In order to achieve this, then there is a strategic study. So this is the highest level in management course that I have gone to, which is the IT system strategic study for the next 5 years. These are the projects I need to do, and this is the dependencies and the rest of it. And after, let me give you an example. In the context of Telecel Port, for example, we are currently working on it. The core service is delivery of water, and the technology that is needed is for that part, which is their core. Airport Authority of India Limited, I will have an example of that. To ensure that the airport keeps running is the core of the system. Okay? With financial background, for example, I had a chance to work on the financial intelligence unit, for example. So all these banking transactions above 50,000 something, they go to the financial intelligence unit, which is Ministry of Finance. They go there. Now, what is their core? Core is to analyze the transactions and see if there is any risk pattern that is originating out. The rest of it is all, I mean, it's not very important. So long as you can analyze the data, you can see whether there is any risk patterns that you can detect, then you have the core of the business functions. So this is the core services that you have delivered. Enterprise, the whole business unit is automated, and then there is a transformation. Okay, like for example, in case of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs or passports, the complete customer interaction was removed, and then they had to actually go to a new set of offices. So there is a total transformation of this whole company. And then, as I said, agile. Now let me say that, okay, in the NCR region, you have a problem in Gurgaon. Okay, now you will just go to Haryana police station and then say that, okay, this is a problem. But by the time that vehicle has already crossed various states. Okay, so unless there is an integration between this state and this state, you do not know what happened. I mean, how good is it if, let's say, I have a computer system and I can just record your FIR. It's just you know, a back office thing becoming automated. Okay, so in this case, you will have, if FIR gets reported first, message gets broadcasted to all states that I have this car missing. Or if the vehicle is found first, then this fellow says, hey, I have received this vehicle. But because it's a federal structure, it is a messaging based environment. So a message goes from here to here, and in technology terms means different things, not an email system. But it's a well formatted message and all that. And if you not want to respond to it, you can delete it. I don't want to respond to it. But anyway, if you want to collaborate, then everybody collaborates. So this is what I found, this is what I lost. Okay? And then you will say, okay, this is registered in Delhi, so let me also find out in Delhi as to who owns it and everything, so that's all. Now, in order for a system to make sense, in order for a system to deliver value, you have to create an environment where all stakeholders are involved and all stakeholders collaborate, and they implement the system in a given time frame.